Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and I am here with a monster for my March Mystery Madness TBR. Okay, so first I have 4 read-alongs that I am hosting in the month of March. The first few days, we are going to be reading A Scandal in Bohemia, which is an adventure of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It is the first in this particular collection, this Word Cloud collection of Sherlock. These are my favorite books, by the way. I absolutely love the feel of them. And even though I'm blind and it's kind of small print, it's still easy for me to read. And this one's only 23 pages long, so I am pairing it with the first in the Enola Holmes series by Nancy Springer. The first in the Enola Holmes series is called The Case of the Missing Marquee. So the first 2-3 days of March, we're going to be reading A Scandal in Bohemia, and then we are going to switch over for the remainder of the week and read The Case of the Missing Marquee. I am going to do something similar with some of my students, so you may be getting some fun stories out of that. Then the second week, we are going to read Trixie Belden and the Mystery of the Mansion. This is the first in the Trixie Belden Mystery series by Julie Campbell. Now, while I was pairing the 2 Holmes books, characters, the same characters in 2 different books for their 2x2, in this one, I am using the characters themselves. So Trixie gets a best friend, so we have a duo show up. And then Trixie also has 2 brothers. For weeks 3 and 4, our final read-along is going to be Scepter of the Ancients by Derek Landy. This is the first in the Skullduggery Pleasant series. And this one, our 2x2, is our 2 main characters. Again, we have Stephanie, who is an 11-year-old girl, and she ends up becoming like best friends and partnering with an ancient skeleton who is a detective. It's a fabulous book, and I really hope that you guys go ahead and join me on 1, 2, 3, or all of the read-alongs. I am not sure if we're going to do those on Discord, Voxer, Goodreads group discussion. So let me know what you think will be easiest for you if you plan on joining in with any of these. I also have a buddy read, and that is going to be Chapter and Curse by Elizabeth Penny. I am buddy reading this with Fiona from Reads and Eats. We love to do a buddy read. So this is the first in a series. I'm not sure what the series is called, actually, but I'm super excited. This one is about Molly Kimball, who's a librarian, and her mother, Nita. Molly and Nina kind of are in a rut. They need a change, and Nina's aunt lets them know she needs help running the family bookshop in Cambridge. So the 2 of them move over to Cambridge to help run the family bookshop, and shenanigans ensue. I really haven't even read most of the back of that one. It just sounded delightful, and I cannot wait. So those are my read-alongs and buddy read for the month of March. But I also have 10 more books on my TBR. So let's get cracking with those. I have A Simple Favor, which is about 2 friends. It is a thriller. I know basically nothing about this, but there's a mystery thriller aspect to it, and I intend to read that. Then I have 2 books. They are the first 2 in a cozy mystery series by Amy E. Lilly. They are about a librarian. One of them is Summer Reading is Killing Me, and the other is Death is Long Overdue. A good friend of my family is a librarian in the town where my parents live, so I think what I'm going to do is read these and then pass them over to her for her to read and possibly put in the library over there. And I'm just excited, and I think that Melanie will enjoy them as well. But those are the first 2 in that series. And then I have another pair. These are they're each the final book that I need to read in a series to be completely caught up. The first one is City of Mist by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. He is one of my all-time favorite authors. Sadly, he passed away last year, but he was able to finish writing the Cemetery of Forgotten Books series prior to his passing. And I buddy read all of those with Elizabeth from LizziefayeLovesBooks. Absolutely loved the books. Absolutely enjoyed my buddy reading with her. But this is the final set of stories about those characters that we know of. And it is a series of short stories concerning the characters from those books. So this is the last thing I have to read that he has written and has been translated into English. Actually, I believe I've read everything else, but I've definitely read all of the rest of the books in the series that this comes from. And then my other final book I need to read in a series is Aunt Dimity and the Heart of Gold by Nancy Atherton. This is the newest, most recent book in the series until the next one comes out in, I believe, May, maybe April. So I need to read this, get caught up so that I can then continue on with this series. If you have not read Aunt Dimity, but you love a good cozy mystery, I highly suggest you pick them up. I believe the first book is called Aunt Dimity's Death. And there's 20, I think this is book number 24. So you're not going to run out of reading material anytime soon with this. Excuse me. Then I have a couple of middle grade mysteries. That is the thing I am here for. So first I have the Guggenheim Mystery. It is the sequel to the London Eye Mystery, which I have not read. But these are by Robin Stevens. I don't know if I'm going to pick up the London Eye Mystery or if I can read this separately. But it is the second in the series, like I said. And even on the back it says, this is my second mystery. So it tells you nothing about what the mystery is. It just says, my name is Ted Spark. 3 months ago, I solved the mystery of how my cousin disappeared from the London Eye. This is my second mystery. And I have not read the inside flap or anything. So I'm going to be going into that one mostly blind. Although if you've read this series, let me know if I need to read the first one first and I'll try to find it. All right, then I have The Violin Case, which is by Diantha Warfel. This is from like the late 70s, and this is about Bax, who borrows his aunt's fancy violin to go play in the town summer orchestra. He's their youngest member, and immediately somebody is just being creepy. Fishy things are happening, and he thinks someone's trying to steal the fancy violin. I'm using him and his violin as the duo for 2x2. But again, you do not have to. I don't think I said this earlier. So again, from previous videos, you don't have to follow the 2x2 prompt. You can just read a mystery. Read 2 mysteries in the month of March. You hit the prompt. It is what it is. But I'm trying real hard here. Next, I have Atlantis. It's actually Escape from Atlantis. A girl named, what is her name? Riley. A girl named Riley, her cousin Alfie, her aunt, and her dad are on a boat in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. They capsize and end up in Atlantis. So Alfie and Riley then have to figure out the mystery of Atlantis and what's going on in order for them to go home. Excuse me. And then my final 2 books for this TBR. My final 2 books for this TBR are both kind of gothic-esque, thriller-esque mystery novels. Adult, even. Do you see I'm reading some adult books that aren't just like cozy? I don't know. I'm kind of proud of myself. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to start the adult books and I'm going to be like, nah, dog, I want to read middle grade. And I'm going to read a bunch more middle grade. But I'm going to attempt to read Dark Things I Adore by Katie Lattery. Yeah, Lattery. And this is about a group of outcasts at an arts camp in 1988. Somebody ends up dead. There are 2 witnesses. And so years later, things happen. I'm excited about that. And then Mexican Gothic, which is a book that was on everybody's list a couple of years ago. And I never got around to reading it. I finally bought myself a copy a couple of months ago. This is by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It will be, I believe, my first book by her, but I know several people who absolutely adore her, so I'm going to try. Again, I know nothing about this other than everybody has, or most people have loved it. And it's a classic Gothic suspense novel in an isolated mansion in 1950s Mexico. And I believe that there's her and then one like friend ally that she has. I don't know if I can figure out how to connect that to the 2x2s, but either way, I'm going to try to read it. So those are the 15 books. Those are the 15 books that I have on my TBR for March Mystery Madness. I would love to know if you're planning on reading along with us for anything. If you've read any of these books, don't give me spoilers, but let me know what you thought and if you think I'm going to enjoy them. And, let me know that you have your TBR up or just tell me what you're going to read. I hope that you are staying safe and that you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.